Last week, we called it!
Okay, guys, this is a recap of what we analyzed last week. So I just want to show you what happened. So I posted this on the 6th of July. Yeah, yeah, 6th. Yeah, 6th of July. So on Monday, well, I recorded on the weekend, but I posted on Monday. So I just want you to hear what I had said, and then you can go to the video because it was already loaded. So
trend line breakout.
so if you go to about 5 minutes 55.
Usually when price comes out like this, almost like a trend line breakout, something like that, you'll not usually come back down to this level again. So when I say this level, I just mean like somewhere here or here. Okay, so whatever they do, this would be like the best zone to kind of start planning your longs. But for intraday like selling and all that stuff, it's still possible. I mean, this is even from here to here is quite a big move.
So okay, so I expected they'll drop into the zone around this breakout of the trend line. So if we go here and we go to, what is this? This was 4 hour here. So we're gonna go to 4 hour and look exactly the conditions, and so that you can see that it was met. So now here is the trend line breakout. I said it's either here or here. So if I take this and I just mark this level here, you'll see that they actually came and touched it quite um, accurately, right? So essentially, they did come down, said they would come down, and then you could find a buy over there, they found a buy. They sold there, found a buy there. And yeah, so this analysis was pretty accurate. And then we're gonna go to the next one, which was Nasdaq. Let's see how it played out. Nasdaq was, yeah, so I had marked 28,703. Let me just hear what I see.
Yeah, they could zone from 75% to 90.
Okay, let me just skip to the front. What did I say here? Yeah, something like that. I think I actually drew it. Hold on. Just go. Yeah, so let's just play this quickly.
Yeah, there's still potential
14
for
minutes,
them to
30
come
seconds.
down. These levels are not so strong.
So those levels are not strong.
They can still come down. They can do whatever and then trickle down. But once they start reaching this level, then they can really bounce.
Okay, so I said they would drop, and then when they reach 28,703 or even lower to 28,395, they can find support and go up. Let's see what happens. So this is Nasdaq 4 hour, and the broker here it's a CFD one, so it's IG. So we go to Nasdaq, go to IG, and as you can see, that's basically what happened, right? So if you look, we were around here somewhere, right? Let me see. Yeah, somewhere here. And like I said, they would just play around and come down here, trickle down, and then find support and then start moving up. And that's exactly what they did. They literally came down, found support. We're at 28,703, which I called out before they even came there. They were just down here. And then I mean, whether you're a futures trader or CFC trader, this move from here to here already, even from selling here to here, I did say this were weak lows, so they would take them out. So yeah, that's it. That was a good analysis. And then Bitcoin, it's a long-term play because I was looking at 6 months, but I just want to go. What did I say? Okay, so Bitcoin, I still believe that going down. So we just want to see what I said here. Just want to scroll. Okay, I'm just gonna play because it was towards the end of the video. It's only 1 minute left.
Further down, according to the structure.
I was a bit tired.
So yeah, BTC, I wouldn't say it's ready to be bought yet. Like just from what I'm looking at, what you can find that might happen, that might make you look good, like it's buying. They can play around these levels, $83,000 between 59 and 83. Like they can do whatever, but I'd rather look at them once they go lower than 50K. Yeah, I think that would make more sense. But yeah, Bitcoin still planning some shorts. Yeah, still planning some shorts. Okay.
Yeah, so far with Bitcoin, yeah, I was seeing shorts. So I don't know if much happened there. Let's just see what that was. BTC, Binance. Okay. Let's see what Binance is doing. And weekly maybe. Yeah, so they're still at the same zone. Not much has happened, right? So yeah, so like I said, was it weekly or daily? I don't remember. Yeah, I just said they can just play around here and then obviously no, is it not 80,000? Oh yeah, it's just the whole zone. So according to this, for me, they can still come down. Yeah, but yeah, this is where we're gonna be playing around with Bitcoin for some time before they drop down. That's just what I see. So far, the last week's call out was pretty accurate, as you could see. So I'm just gonna stop this section and then we're gonna go and do a proper analysis. Well, the next analysis for this coming week. And we may look at oil as well because there was some after the whole Trump and Iran thing. I think it's something that we should check what oil is doing just as an extra. But for now, we're going to start with gold, go to Nasdaq, look at what's going on, and go to BTC. BTC also, okay, I'll have a look at BTC and then, yeah, we'll look at oil as an extra. And then, yeah, that's it. Let me pause. Okay, so it is Sunday, 12th July. It's 10 o'clock on my end. And we're just going to do this coming week outlook. So let's have a look. Last week, we had like a drop. Let's just, oh, what's going on here? Hmm. Where's this vertical line? Okay, so we're just going to pay attention now to what's going on here. So my 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 view on uh gold right now, because which one is not this previous week, but the two weeks before, because they closed above this closing line, it's telling me they're gearing for an up move, right? So right now they are building it up. So you could call this like a sideway going for the push up. Now, the question right now is let's just see 1 month, what does it look like? So we've got a monthly candle. So we need to see where this monthly is going to close, but that's going to take some time. It's 19 days left and 1 hour before the market opens. So 19 days, that's too long. So we're going to go to weekly. Okay, so what happened last week? So I want to Okay, I'm gonna share a video. I just recorded it on my phone just to show you like I'm consistently looking at the idea that I build on the weekend and then how the market flows throughout the week. So on a daily chart, this low that they came for, um, it was stopped by a trend line. So if you just do a line chart and you join these two closing prices, you basically get the buying price. So that's basically what they touched on this previous week. Now, question is, will they come back again and touch this, or is this all they're doing? We don't know yet, but so far, what we have to do is look at the current information. So, what did they actually do last week? They dropped down from a resistance level, right? Which is here. Now, logically speaking, this is where they're supposed to come. But you always look at the first thing, the first obstacle first, which is and in this case was a trend line. Now, I already saw this while they were hanging around here, which I will snap to the video right now. Hold on, let me actually see if I can find. Like for instance, you see, I know that this thing's gonna come touch this trend line. So yeah, that was the beginning of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so it took 3 days. Wednesday found the low, and as usual, Wednesdays, not all the time, but most of the time, it's like the reversal day. So that's where you try and find the best opportunity. So the sellers, the guys who sold made money, the guys who bought made money, but they pretty much ended up around like a decision moment. So what actually happened here? So already so far, we have created lower lows from a trend perspective, and then here it's higher lows. But if we consider this low, that means they created a new high. But if we consider this high, it means that we're still in a range. That's why I said, for me, we are still kind of in a sideway. How long they'll take? Usually, they'll get spurred on by economic data, some fundamental theories, or not theories, but yeah, um, fundamental news and so forth. So, from a directional play, I'm just going to mark this. I just want to see here. So they close below this point here. So far, it's still can come to the downside and test the downside. Now the question is, will they respect this low? Will they respect this low? So far they found support over here, but when they found support, they didn't break anything over here, so they didn't create the new high and so forth. So far we are kind of like in limbo of where they could go. They could literally do come down here and go further up and then come back. I'm not sure so far. I just want to see weekly what it's saying. Let's see. Yeah, weekly I'm still on like they're building a buy 100%. Like I anything that's happening between here and here for me, it's just a range, right? But from intraday play, you can make money, right? So you can catch some moves. So you cut this, if you miss this daily entry, you could have also cut the same thing. This was another same thing. They pushed down and then 1, 2, and then that was the trend line, right? So if you go to line chart, that's basically they touched here again. Same thing. 1, 2, same baby version of this one. So so far they can push up, but yeah, we just right now we're in a range. So that's what I'm looking at. What I'll probably do is look at it on Monday, Tuesday, and then see what they do, what Asia does, what London does, and then ultimately what New York does, because New York is the one that normally pushes this market quite aggressively. But sometimes Asia can take over as well. So let's okay, so that's what I see on gold. Not much happening there. In terms of like confirming, will they carry on to the top or to the come back and test these lows or wipe out this low? You know, they could wipe out this low and come back into the zone. Because 4001, if they come there, then that's really good. Like then I know they're testing, you know, the closing of June and the opening of July. And yeah, once they touch that and they go up, then they can pump. They can start now breaking levels, and we have to start dealing with these monthly levels that we marked 2 weeks ago. Okay, so that's a mouthful for gold. Let's go to Nasdaq. Okay, right, Nasdaq. What are you saying today? So, can I just delete these brush strokes? Okay, now the horizontal array. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide my analysis from last week so that we just have fresh information. Let's have a look at what happened. So we go to weekly. What did this week do? They went down and took out this low, but they still, I mean, they still hit support. They're still sitting in this support that was created. Now, because this support, if I look at this, I'm still looking at a range. And what I mean by that is that this is the low and this is the high. So there's no decision making yet. And they literally could, I mean, this is a weak high because of the equal highs. That's just what I'm looking at. This is not a strong high. So they can literally just come down, break this, respect that, come back down. I'm not sure. Or they could create a new high, all-time high, find something, and then trickle down again. But so far, um, NAS is looking kind of bullish. But from just looking at structure, it's also just a sideway, right? So if we go to daily, let's just see what they did. Okay, so yeah, so we just got this weird sideway here, right? So this was weak lows, weak lows, weak lows. They wiped them out. I think I explained this on the last video. And yeah, I mean, now these are not strong highs, right? Not at all. So should they find support coming back here or coming back here around this area, they can take these out. Now, usually it would help to look at S&P 500 and the Dow, but NAS tends to kind of extend by itself without kind of moving together with Dow Jones or the S&P. So far, with this possibilities of more pushing up, yeah, these highs are not strong. Now the question is, where do you find the support to go further high, or will they just shoot up? So we'll just see as the week starts whether they're gonna come back down, find some areas to use as support, and then come take out this during the week. Let's just see what our fundamental data is coming on. Okay, so it's inflation rate, the chair speeches, the Fed speech, I mean. Yeah, so yeah, these can be inflation rates will definitely create some. Sorry, I'm always feeling sleepy at this time, but it'll create some bounces and so forth. So that's this week is more like, yeah, I kind of see where they're going, but You just need them to create the information. You can't you see, like with last week, it was kind of straightforward for me, but this week is kind of like a waiting game. You need at least Monday or Tuesday data, and then that will give you like a good trade for the week or good 4 or 5 trades so that you know. You see, if you pay attention to the trades that I showed last week, I mean, with that alone, you could have built some quite strong setups, right? And then when we go to Bitcoin, yeah, let's just see what they're doing here. Let me delete these. Okay, I'll just delete manually. Okay, so let's see. Okay, last week, what did they do? Okay, so according to this candle, not last week, but 2 weeks back, they seem to be wanting to go up for this. So you've got all this they could do, they could. Okay, so this is still under, but they can come up here, mess with here, mess with here. All these are obstacles, right? But so far, um, as a pullback, let me just see what's going on here. Let me actually go to monthly. How did they close on monthly? Okay, so they found support here. So okay, let's go to monthly. Let's delete these highlighters. Okay. And then we're gonna mark. So this was a monthly support, right? And this whole shadow or wick is where they found support. Fine. Now, because they found support here, the next possible bounce would be this. And then obviously the closing and the opening of 1st March and 1st April, and then all the way to this low here, which was the low of May, 1st May. Okay, so the direction seems to be going up, but this is more like a pullback move, even though from a higher time frame, like from a points perspective, you can make some good trades with longs, intraday longs going here. I wouldn't short right now. I mean, I think from a higher time perspective, I said this whole zone, they can find resistance there and then come back and break these lows, right? So and go to weekly. Yeah, weekly found support here. So we just want to see what support that was. Let's go to daily. Okay, so it's like could say it's like some head and shoulder level. Let me just show you. There's the head and shoulder. Where is it? Okay, so you would say this is the left shoulder. That's the head. And then just using the line chart, and then they came and touched here. So that's like a head and shoulder pattern. So it's gonna probably try and mess around on 66 and 68. So that's what you want to see happen, right? So yeah, so you can see there's actually here, they touched it here to make the head and shoulder pattern. And then, yeah, so I mean, the most realistic would for them to be to take out this high, take out this high, take out this high. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Um, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. And yeah, hopefully that helps you out with seeing where we are. Not very clear in terms of like immediate taking action on Monday when the market opens, but it's just giving you an idea where we are. And Monday will give us some data. What usually helps is for if you want to really do well with your trades is to wait for them to unfold the play. Obviously, for newbies and people that are still trying to find the system and all that, it will be hard to even see what's going on. But for somebody who's been trading for some time, with what I've given you, um, if you wait for the market to kind of show its hand, then it's easier. You're not trying to predict everything they're going to do. You're just using the levels that we built on a weekend, which are major levels, monthly, weekly, daily, and then you're using that to mitigate whether is it a short or long, and how far can I hold it? What's the next level next to mine? And is there any confirmation on a lower time frame? So yeah, hope that helps you guys. And yeah, I will be going to check oil as the extra thing. US oil. Let's see, US oil. All right, let's see. Let me see. Saxo Bank. Does it have it? Okay, we'll just check this. Let's see if the chart is okay. What's going on with oil? Okay, so a month. Oof. Okay. All right, so you had like a breakout trend line here, right? But they went all the way without testing. It's the first time they came, they closed this gap. Could they stop there? Yeah, well, where they are right now, it's like a head and shoulder thing as well. Left shoulder, this whole double thing is ahead, and then boom, boom. So they could do that and go down, but I mean, let me just see actually on a higher time frame what is going on here. Let's see 3 months. Yeah. Look, from a 3 month perspective, they're coming from resistance, so the logical thing would be for them to come down here, right? That would be the logical. Otherwise, you could connect these two closing prices. So the closing and the opening of 2020 around what this April, Jan, and then 2026. So there's a trend line here. Now, if there's any, so we have like a 3 month trend line. So I'm just gonna make this purple because my monthly levels are purple, and I'm gonna delete that. I just want to see now with what I'm drawing here, we want to just see like if they want to push it down, is there any economic information or news that might be coming around? And yes, there is. So if you look at these little dashed lines, that's you got the inflation. So yeah, so this seems to be like when is this 14 July, which is in 2 days. So Tuesday. So Tuesday, should they shoot all the way down? That's just an assumption, right? Let me just see what's going on. Is this low, strong? The slow is not so strong. So should you see them shoot below 67, then they would be shooting for this. But if they don't, what tends to happen sometimes because of because of time, if it reaches, if Tuesday the inflation reaches and then they still hanging around here, this can still serve as support, and then they can come and test this high again, right? So as you can see, they found support. So what we have to look at is like they found support here, right? So what is this? There's something here. It was just a gap. So they closed. So this was the Friday, 27th Feb closing price. So they came and tested that, right? So what did they do after that? They broke this. So far, before I think about trend lines that are that far, let's say this level holds, right? Now, same thing I said with the other one. If something like this, like that looks like a trend line breaks, although this is a bit low, but something that breaks like this, you can look at this level over here. It's just that there's no trend line connecting to give it that strong level. So you would have to play it by a candle close. So far, it's definitely possible that they can punch up again. So this whole level, one would have to see how they behave around this, especially around these prices, around, let me just make this pink, because the daily level around $70 and then around, yeah, $70, 40 cents, $70. We want to see what they do because they can punch below it, but if they close above it, then I know that they are respecting this level, right? They could come all the way to here, right? Although I do not like this low, that's usually like a sign of weakness, but if they hold around this because of what's going on here, and then yeah, maybe they can come and test here and test there again. So that's what I'm seeing. So we want to see what happens on Tuesday in relation to this. So that's oil for me. I don't really trade oil, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. If we are looking at the data that we have, this between $70.50 and $68.54. You want to see what they're doing. Are they breaking lows, or are they gonna respect a level and then are they gonna respect $70 and then punch up? That we shall see what they do just before news Tuesday or after, on what decision is made in terms of inflation rate. So, all right, so that's it. That's it for this session. And like and subscribe and share with your friends. All right, this is Moolah, and we are out. All right.